Student bodies laying dead in the hall, a bloodstained treatise of hate. Class dismissed is my hypothesis. Gunfire ends in debate. It's an Exodus song off of Exhibit B, The Human Condition, from the Atrocity Exhibition series. And that just landed a 31-year-old student in Kentucky in jail. No, it didn't land him in jail because he actually took the message of the song and decided to proactively transform it into another one of these terrible American school shooting tragedies. No, because that would be almost too predictable. Instead, he merely posted these lyrics on Facebook and was arrested. That's right. I'm not going to reveal this gentleman's name. I don't feel that it's really necessary. First thing I'm going to state about this is the fact that he's 31 years old. And I can guarantee you that there's going to be a lot of people up in arms about this within the next, 48 to 72 hours, and it will probably be a debate that continues onward. And these police individuals and whoever called them will probably be deemed heroic for somehow being able to sidestep a potential tragedy. They'll be elevated probably to a different state of mind based around what might have been, as opposed to what this actually was, which was an Exodus fan posting lyrics of a track that he enjoyed. He just so happened to be going to a school, and the people that he apparently has on his friends list were very scared about this. So, we need to react to this. We need to talk about this. We need to actually give this a little perspective. Because I have a feeling, based around this, that we now are in a world that has gone completely and totally fucking insane. Many people might think, well, CKN, isn't he about your age? Isn't that a bit immature? CKN, he's about your age. Don't you have children? CKN, he's about your age. Shouldn't you actually be siding with safety and with preventative, police work? Yeah, Ferguson has not exactly proven much or done much to really solidify a positive reputation for the police force. I don't have children, and immature to post lyrics of your favorite band? Let's talk about that first. Does this mean, and I'm using this very loosely, this is skepticism at its finest, but also it is creative thought at its finest. Does this mean that the next time that I see some person who wants to talk about killing themselves, and they're alluding to it through emo lyrics or through suicidal black metal or whatever it may be, does this mean that I now have the power as an individual to, report this to some sort of psychologist, to some sort of mental institution and have them 302? Do I have that power? I may have already had that power, but I'm merely presenting a hypothesis there. Does this mean that if I were to witness somebody post lyrics about getting drunk and high, who are under the age of 21, can I have them arrested for potential drug trafficking? Can I have them arrested for possession? Can I have them, arrested, or at least somebody sent to their house for potential underage intoxication or anything of that variety? Does this mean that if I see someone on my friends list on Facebook post blood on the dance floor lyrics, and they happen to be under the age of, say, 14, luckily enough I don't have any friends of this variety, but once again, hypothesis, does that mean that I can actually call in and report to the police that they are actually a statutory rape victim of Davy Vanity? Because that's kind of what the comparison point here has really become. Now, why is it that this will be deemed okay, but the three situations that I just presented will be deemed as ridiculous? It's very simple. School shootings have been a bit of an epidemic in America ever since Columbine. It's to the point where we are seeing a number of incidents that involve something to this variety almost yearly. Now, the major ones, the big ones, the ones that really prevail a lot of media attention. The Sandy Hooks and the Virginia Techs of the world. Virginia Tech, by the way, was a bit of an influence on the writing of this track of Class Dismissed, A Hate Primer by Exodus. Because of all of this, this is something that is of the utmost attention whenever it comes to both parents, whenever it comes to local lawmakers, whenever it comes to the country. Because it seems as though there is this crisis going on where kids and individuals that are of college age or high school age or whatever age are going nuts and getting guns somehow and killing a bunch of people deciding to do that. Yeah. There was a situation actually in the Pittsburgh area a couple of months ago. In fact, it happened as I was on jury duty back in April, where an individual came in and stabbed a bunch of people with a knife. And it was garnering the same amount of attention as these school shootings. Now, it's a school stabbing. It's different, but it's the same idea. The question really is the safety. The question is, are my children going to be safe whenever they go to school? It's a fair question. It really is. I'm not trying to really, pluck out the eyebrows of these people who are being, paranoid about this, because in reality, whenever you deal with something that's had an enhanced frequency rate over a sample size period of time, that's only natural. However, this is kind of taking it too far. This is taking it to a level of pure ridiculousness. It's now getting to the point where 1984 by George Orwell is becoming absolutely, totally, 100% true. But there's a lone difference. It's instead of it being the government, the big brother who is watching, who is, let's be honest here, it's now become that way based around the fact that now with universal sociability, with the ability to be social with many different people that you don't see directly on social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, etc. Now the eyeball of Big Brother, the eyeball period, could be just somebody that doesn't exactly like what you post, that doesn't exactly feel comfortable based around something that you post, and as opposed to just deciding that you two having a social network friendship is maybe a bad idea, maybe not the best for you two, kind of do a social media breakup, instead decides to go to the next level and actually cause a little bit of trouble. Their concerns then become a potential, something that involves some potential jail time, or something that's at least going to get maybe some cops sent to your home, or is at least going to garner some sort of attention. I find this paranoia troubling because now the argument will once again become the same age-old one. Are my children safe at school? Now, granted, this gentleman was 31 years old. Still is. He's not dead. And this is no doubt not a 31-year-old that was in high school. This is not a 31-year-old that was in grade school. So this may not garner the same media sensationalism as we've seen with others that have involved children, but it's still going to provoke that same argument of safety. And it's going to be one that is going to be on multiple levels. Anybody that sees this will once again reconsider the safety of their children, and just the posting of these lyrics will cause a lot of backlash. It really will. I hate to say that. I really do. But that's American society in 2014. My response to these people is pretty simple. If you don't think that your children are guaranteed safety at school, pull them out of school, teach them yourself. Homeschooling is on the rise, and homeschooling has had some great results. One of my best friends right now, someone who is basically family 2.0 to me, who was in one of the gaming videos that I did as a Christmas special a couple of years ago, was, by and large, homeschooled, and he is now doing wonderful things in the field of geology, to the point where he is considered quite a buzz in that community. And Addison, if you're watching this, keep up the great work. You're an awesome bloke. this is just how it is. If you don't feel that they're going to be safe, if you feel that they are threatened, if you feel that they are not safe in the hands of other people who are designed and have taken this job to protect your children, pull them out. I can already hear what you're saying. I can already hear the complaints. But I work. Basically, all of the complaints are basically saying is I send them to school for 8 hours to get rid of them for a couple of hours. And for me to take that kind of time would involve a lot of work on my part. It would actually inconvenience me more. Why can't they do it? Why can't they just do their jobs? You see, there's a second problem with American culture in 2014. Why blame yourself? Or why even think about doing something yourself whenever you can blame others so easily? That is a second reason why this will explode. I don't feel safe anymore because of this person, and that person, because of Columbine, because of Sandy Hook, because of Virginia Tech, because of that Exodus fan with those lyrics. I don't feel like my children are safe. I have fear for them going to school. Calm down. Isolated incidents. And this one shouldn't even be of concern. Because this one is ridiculous. This is crazy. This is downright lunacy. Think about this the next time you decide to post lyrics. Think about this the next time you decide to go on a rant. Myself personally, I'm still going to do it. Because quite frankly, what I feel and what I say is either what I believe or is laced with a high level of sarcasm. And that's usually pretty easily discernible to an individual that's got half a brain. My sense of humor is not all of that abstract. And my belief system and the different things that I like to talk about, it's not that difficult to decipher. If somebody can't take the time to Google search these words and recognize that they're lyrics, if someone can't take the time to even consider the thought that, hey, someone who's an Exodus fan may post Exodus lyrics, if somebody can't understand that not all things that you read on the internet mean that an actual action is going to occur, then we failed. We have failed as a species. The easy argument here would be that they just effectively, did what you should have done before September 11th and prevented September 11th. They prevented the school shooting because they looked at the intel and reacted blindly. They took care of it, they nipped it in the bud, even though in this particular case nothing was probably going to happen. And that's going to make them heroes and make them feel proud whenever it shouldn't. You should be an idiot. You should be deemed one, you should feel like one, and you should recognize that this is something that's only going to have a negative backlash and a trickle-down effect that will also involve you. This is how it begins. When it ends, and whenever it happens to you, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for you. I'm instead going to laugh my ass off. Class dismissed. Exodus actually had to apologize for this. I don't feel they needed to do that. I don't feel they were really in any place to need to do that. But they did it anyway. Shows that they're a class act. I respect the hell out of Exodus for doing that, and I respected them a whole hell of a lot already. But Jesus Christ. Come on. Have we really gotten to this point? Have we really gotten to the point where Exodus lyrics and rap lyrics are actually going to be causation for arrest prior to anything being committed? We're already at the point where we're most interested whenever a celebrity dies about their final tweet and their final Facebook message. We're already interested as a species here in 2014 about devaluing everything about a person based around what they do on social media, or based around our own personal beliefs, based around what they've done in their lives, even if it's playing a role. We've already gotten to that point. This is going the next step too far. To this 31-year-old gentleman, if you do happen to see this video, don't stop being an Exodus fan. Don't stop being a metalhead. Sorry that you got a bum deal, because this is bullshit. And anyone that doesn't think this is bullshit, that thinks this is right and this is okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. All you are is part of the motherfucking problem.